Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with FatPhil, and today we're going to be talking about the unrestricted combat mission here on Zeffo. I did this for both Phase 3 and Phase 4 with my Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. I wanted to get this out because using Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano for this mission, it sort of is, I'll call it a free mission. Free meaning that the team we're going to be using is mostly free of characters from operations. The reason that's important when you think about going through combat missions, one of the hardest things is trying to get players to complete missions without the use of Kenobi, or Jedi Master Luke, or Rey, or Jedi Knight Luke, whoever these characters are. So being able to use a team that isn't stealing characters away from operations is extremely important to your overall success. So I'm going to be showing you this Galactic Legend Ahsoka footage with Spectre units, and we are not going to be using Ezra Bridger Exile. Again, in another video, you guys will see I treat Ezra Bridger as a Jedi to make the Cal Kestis mission much more consistent, a lot easier. So again, this is going to be the unrestricted with GL Ahsoka. I hope you guys enjoy this. There's some really cool footage here between Phases 3 and Phase 4. Let's first give a shout out to our channel members again for their continued support. If you guys are ever interested, you know where that link is. It's down below, along with a link to the Discord server. Go check it out. Thank you again for keeping the faith, for believing in me. I really appreciate all of you guys through all the stuff that you do. It means the world to me. So let's keep this channel going. And 2025 has been a really good year so far, so I'm really excited. Let's get in here. Let's talk about Zeffo. Now, as you guys will see, I've already done these missions. So where we're actually going to be going is to a YouTube that I uploaded here. So if you guys give me one sec. I think this is the battle, right? Let me make sure that that's the right one I want to be viewing. Yep. I think this is it. Yep. You can see the little play screen down there. Sorry, I have to move around my screens here just so I get everything I need. All right, so we're going to go in here and we're going to start playing this battle. So I'm going to kind of just show you a little bit here. I'm kind of talking about some of the background of the mission again, much like I did. So we're going to skip ahead here all the way to the team selection. So this is the team we're going to be using. Again, we have Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. I do have a Relic 7 General Syndulla, and I'm going to be very honest here. I'm obviously in a 630 million power guild. There's no reason I should not have a Relic 7 General Syndulla. I don't care that she's a Relic 5 requirement. Bring her to Relic 7. So I do want to get that out of the way there. That is important. From a modding perspective, this is where I'm going to say things get very important when you look at the mods, particularly on one character, and that's Ahsoka Tano GL here. The biggest thing we want to be paying attention to when you go back up here, sorry, it's hard to pause in that screen. Come on, go back to her mods, I swear. There we go. Okay, 185,000 health is extremely important. The speed is not as big of a deal here. The most important thing is the defense. We want to get as much defense on her as possible. That is really going to drive this mission. So we want to do that as much as we can. Then we have Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum's mods. We've got General Syndulla here, where we're just modding her for a lot of speeds, a little bit of potency where we can. We've got Hu Yang, who is modded for offense, and again, he's a special offense attacker. And then finally, our Padawan Sabine. She's modded for offense and critical damage as well. Decent speeds there. So then we're back to Ahsoka. Now, this is Phase 3. This first video is from Phase 3. So in this particular instance, I do not have any operations set up. This phase, you will see that it's kind of like I kind of get lucky and I also misplay. What you should want to do is control this droid. This is the droid we need to control, the leader droid. So we want to be controlling that as much as possible. What I'm going to do is my first couple of moves, and then we're going to kind of put this on 2x speed to make this video faster. The first thing you want to do with Ahsoka is pass Morai's Wisdom to Sabine, Padawan Sabine Wren. We want to do that first. Right? Now they're going to take some turns, and that's okay. We're just going to be trading hits a lot. From here, you want to start killing these droids. We want to get rid of their stacks. As soon as we kill them, we can kill this droid. So these two droids, killing them is the priority, but we want to control this guy, and that would be using General Syndulla's Fracture. As you guys will see, I don't do that, and it's a problem. So again, your Ahsoka is going to take a lot of damage here. That she is going to eventually, they're going to start targeting some of these other ones. It is what it is, right? You just got to do what you can. And again, you'll kind of see we weather the storm. With this ability here, I want you to target Sabine. We want Sabine. We always want to target Sabine with that. She is a lot of our damage, so I want to give that to Sabine. And then you see Ahsoka now has full ultimate charge. That's perfect. And then this is where I misplay. I should use the fracture on the main droid. Instead, I use it on this guy. I was debating between it. I should have done the main droid. So I did want to make sure that I at least mention that. Whoops, and we weren't even on HD, which is my mistake. So then from here, I'm going to increase the speed. As you guys are going to see that you're just trying to control the droids at this point. So we hit our ultimate charge there. And again, we're just trying to kill off the side droids. So that way we can start targeting. See, look, I use it again on the other droid. I should just be doing it on this main guy here. And again, we're misplaying all over the place. Like, I should kind of just be ignoring the main droid, but we're doing what we can. So here, again, AoE with Sabine, more ultimate. The biggest thing here in Phase 3, if you can, is make sure that we're getting to Ahsoka's ultimate as soon as humanly possible. Right? So now we're just going to try and kill this main droid here. You guys will see, like, we've got most of our units still intact. And then here's where it starts to go a little bit south. We start losing some characters. Again, when Ahsoka does not have taunt, things get scary there. Look, AoE from the main droid. Had I been able to try to keep him in fracture, this might have gone a little bit differently. But again, we're doing what we can. And you are eventually just going to start trading hits. It's one of those things that happens. I should have done that again on the main droid, but we're moving through here. So we got Ahsoka, we got another ultimate, and here I do kill the main guy. I was like, you know what, let's kill the main guy, and then we'll hit ultimate. Again, the ultimates are helping us stack our mastery, which is super, super nice. And now we're into Phase 2. Phase 2 is honestly such a, it's such a slog that all you're going to wait for is Ahsoka to land stun on somebody. Because again, without Ezra, this team does not have a stun. So we just kind of wait. You want to spread your damage around. So look, here we go. Boom, dead. You just kind of have to wait for them to, counterattack the droids when they have stun. Right, so here we go. And then you kill them. So it's just kind of waiting for that. Sometimes it takes a while. Other times it's like that. So that is Phase 1. That is without operations. We had 2 characters survive. And you guys saw it was pretty easy there. We felt pretty good. Felt pretty confident about that going into the battle. So then we've got Phase 2 here. Now we're into Phase 4, just to show you guys. We're in Phase 4 now. Do I have a video of that? Yeah. So here, that's Phase 3, and then I think my video starts with, very briefly, you can see we're in Phase 4 now. So again, we're going to use the exact same team, right? We're going to use the exact same team, and you guys will see exact same opening play, targeting Padawan Sabine Wren, and then he leads off with the ultimate, and now we have operations. And you get those boons. These boons we want to pass to GL Ahsoka Tano. We want her mastery to ramp in this phase because her mastery is protection, armor, and it's going to keep her alive. So you guys will see this run goes sideways a lot faster. Look at that. We lost Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano already, who survived the whole time last time. Now she's already dead. So again, we're just going to keep moving through here. Look, Hu Yang almost dead already. Look, Hu Yang gone. I mean, it's disastrous. And look, here comes another AoE. Lost my Padawan Sabine Wren already. And then I fracture the other droid again. I should have done the big guy. So now I've hit my ultimate charge here. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm kind of sweating here. But you guys are going to see, because operations are done, Ahsoka is able to ramp her mastery to the point that I can just end up soloing the phase with her. Just watch this. This is exactly how you're using her. We want to get the specials because that's where she gains her ultimate charge. And we're just going to try and knock out those side droids as much as we can. And again, because that power core is passing around, we're constantly passing turns to Ahsoka. So she's actually gaining her ultimate. And the big reason why that's important is that ultimate is going to heal her up. So look, she's lost all of her protection at this point, but we still have enough health, right? We're not even close to death yet. And we're just keep moving along here. Look at that ultimate. Boom. Back to full health and protection. And again, every time she's using a special, she can ramp her mastery to 100, which is super, super important. So here we're just kind of waiting around. That stun is super helpful when we can land that, particularly on that main droid. And we just kill the side guy. I can kill the main one. And then, I mean, guys, this is insane, right? I was so shocked that I was able to pull this off, but it worked. You know, so we're just going to keep moving through here. Give her another buff whenever we can. And we're rocking and rolling at this point, right? I mean, I could have pressed auto, but what I don't want to do with autoplay here is I think that they would activate ultimate too early, and I'd rather ramp her mastery a lot like higher through using it early, or through using it later rather than using it early. So we're just going to keep going through here. Again, you guys are seeing we're just trading hits with these guys, and they're even like getting a little bit of health back on each of their turns, but we're just going to keep going after them, and eventually we're going to be able to whittle them down. So it's just kind of targeting one at a time. You guys will see I can get the next boon set here. Boom, I have all my boons. And I should have targeted the guy with stun, because with the extra boon, you deal damage to people who are stunned. There we go, more ultimate charge. And now, like, again, we're into phase 2. And, I mean, look, they dodged at the beginning, and then we're just going to keep going through here. Again, we could have probably... I don't think auto would have quite worked, but here, see, look at that. The 99,000 damage because that guy was stunned. That's what we want to do. Again, same strategy. We just want to damage kind of whatever one. If they're stunned, we want to damage that one. Otherwise, we're going to damage the middle guy because he's the one that's the biggest threat to us. That's the one that deals the most damage. And again, you're just kind of trading hits at this point. It's kind of fun. So there we go. Boom. And then I do use the boons. I don't know that that actually did anything, but I thought I may as well try it. There we go, 99,000 damage. And again, even though you could use a special, if they're in stun, you just want to deal the damage. That's going to be the biggest thing to do here. And look at that, right there. Done. Done. And then this guy, we're just going to trade hit. Boom, there we go. So, guys, that right there is this battle kind of in a nutshell. You know, that was really, really smooth. Ahsoka kind of soloing it. So again, just to give you kind of perspective on what you're doing with those boons in the next phase, you're getting 10% mastery each time you use a special with a max of 100. If an ally already has that boon, they get the next one, which is a non-unique buff they don't already have. I mean, I don't know that we were getting anything with Ahsoka. And then, finally, the last section, is that at the start of this turn, stun all enemy units that are below 10% health for 1 turn. When using a basic ability, they inflict massive damage if the target is stunned. So that does work really well there. Again, kind of getting those characters down. So this worked really well. I do apologize. My daughter came down and was talking, of course. Everybody's got to interrupt me during my YouTube sessions. But again... the biggest thing we learned here is that mission is very doable. I think Phase 3, had it just come down to Ahsoka, I would have been in a lot more danger. But I would say that the modding for defense is key here. Because of her mastery, which again, that mastery is where? Where the heck is her mastery? Armor, health, steal, and protection. So, again, that armor stacking makes her a lot more of a threat. And then, of course... as she's gaining more protection, she uses her ultimate, she gains back all of it. So I hope that kind of gives you guys perspective on how to beat these missions, the team comp that I'm using. And if you use Ezra Bridger Exile in that mission, it's going to be even easier. I don't use Ezra because I treat him as a Jedi, because I do not have any Omicrons on Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. If you have Omicrons on Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, 1000% use Ezra with Ahsoka to make this mission consistent, and you're going to be good to go. So again, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment. I love you all. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.